Have you ever experienced that terrifying moment when your mind suddenly goes completely blank? You are in the middle of a conversation, or someone asks you a simple question. You know the answer. You know the vocabulary. You have studied these words hundreds of times. But in that exact second, it feels like someone erased your memory. The words vanish. Your brain feels like an empty room. You search for a simple word, but you cannot find it. You start to panic. Your face feels hot. Your heart beats faster. You stammer. You say and ah, and finally, you just stop speaking. The moment passes, and you feel a deep sense of shame. Later, when you are walking home or lying in bed, the words suddenly come back to you. You think, why didn't I say that? I know that word. Why does my brain fail me when I need it most? I want you to take a deep breath right now. I want you to know that this experience does not mean you are stupid. It does not mean your English is bad. This is a very common human reaction, and today, we are going to understand why it happens and how to heal it. The first thing you must understand is that this is not a language problem. It is a stress problem. When you are calm, like you are right now listening to me, your brain works perfectly. You can access your vocabulary, your grammar rules, and your memories. But when you feel the pressure to speak, your brain changes. You become afraid of making a mistake. You become afraid of judgment. Your brain perceives this fear as a physical danger, like a tiger chasing you. When your brain feels danger, it shuts down the parts responsible for complex thinking and language. It goes into survival mode. In survival mode, you cannot conjugate verbs or remember fancy adjectives. You can only freeze or run away. That blank feeling is not a lack of knowledge. It is a flood of anxiety. Your brain is trying to protect you, but it is actually silencing you. You are putting an immense amount of pressure on yourself to be perfect. Before you even open your mouth, you are judging yourself. You are thinking, I must not make a mistake. I must have the correct accent. I must use complex grammar. This is like trying to run a marathon while carrying a heavy backpack of rocks. The backpack is your perfectionism. It is too heavy. Your brain cannot process the English language and your self-criticism at the same time. It gets overloaded, like a computer with too many windows open. And just like a computer, it crashes. To stop the blank mind, you must put down the backpack. You must accept that it is okay to be imperfect. You must accept that mistakes are not dangerous. They are just words. Another reason your mind goes blank is that you are trying to translate everything. Someone speaks to you in English, and you quickly translate it into your native language. Then you think of your answer in your native language. Then you try to translate that answer back into English. This is a very complicated process. It takes too much energy and too much time. During this process, you get stuck on one specific word. You think, how do I say frustrated in English? If you cannot find that one exact word, your whole sentence collapses. You freeze because you are looking for a translation, not a communication. You need to learn to explain your ideas, not translate your words. If you forget the word umbrella, do not panic. Do not freeze. Simply say, the thing you use for rain. This is communication. This keeps the flow going. When you let go of precise translation, your mind will relax. I know that silence feels terrible. When you cannot find the word, the silence feels like it lasts for hours. You feel that the other person is looking at you, judging you, thinking you are not intelligent. But I promise you, the silence is much louder in your head than it is in the room. The other person is likely not judging you. They are just waiting. They might even be rooting for you. Most people are kind. Most people understand that learning a language is hard. You are projecting your own insecurity onto them. You are assuming they think you are stupid because you feel stupid in that moment. But you are not stupid. You are brave. You are doing something very difficult, communicating in a second language. Give yourself credit for that bravery. To fix this blank mind problem, you need to change your physical state. When the panic starts, your body gets tight. Your shoulders go up. Your breathing stops. You need to physically relax. When you feel the words disappearing, stop. Take a deep breath. Let your shoulders drop. Smile. Smiling sends a signal to your brain that you are safe. When your brain feels safe, it will give you back your words. You can even say to the other person, "I'm sorry, my mind went blank for a second. Let me think." There is no shame in admitting you are nervous. In fact, saying it out loud often breaks the tension. It makes you human. It gives you time to recover. Do not try to fight the anxiety. Simply acknowledge it, breathe through it, and start again with a simpler sentence. You must also practice simplicity. Often, you go blank because you are trying to say something too complicated. You have a complex, intelligent thought in your native language, and you want to express it with the same complexity in English. But your English level might not be ready for that yet. That is okay. When you feel stuck, simplify. Break your big thought into small, baby sentences. Subject, verb, object. I went to the store. I bought milk. It was expensive. This is better than a long, complex sentence that you cannot finish. Do not let your ego stop you from speaking simply. Simple English that is spoken is infinitely better than perfect English that stays in your head. Be proud of your simple sentences. They are the bridge to fluency. There is a powerful practice called desensitization. You need to put yourself in uncomfortable situations on purpose, but in a safe way. Your brain goes blank because it is shocked by the pressure. You need to get used to the pressure. Start by recording yourself on your phone. It is just you and your phone, but you will feel a little nervous. That is good. Speak for 1 minute. If you go blank, keep the recording going. Force yourself to find a way around the block. Then, listen to it. Realize that you survived. Realize that even with the pauses, you can understand your message. Then, maybe try speaking to a pet or a close friend who doesn't speak English well. Slowly increase the pressure. You are training your nervous system to stay calm. You are teaching your brain that speaking English is not a life or death situation. I want you to visualize a different outcome. Right now, your brain is programmed to visualize failure. Before you speak, you imagine yourself freezing. You imagine the embarrassment. We need to overwrite that program. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine a situation where you need to speak English. Maybe it is ordering coffee or talking to a colleague. Visualize yourself feeling calm. Visualize the words coming to you easily. Imagine that you forget a word, but instead of panicking, you smile. You use a different word, and the conversation continues. Visualize yourself feeling proud after the conversation. Do this visualization every morning. You are preparing your brain for success. You are showing your mind what confidence looks like. Remember, your value as a human being is not connected to your English vocabulary. You are a person with a history, with feelings, with talents, with people who love you. If you forget a word, you are still that amazing person. If you have a bad conversation, you are still worthy of respect. Do not let English define your self-worth. When you detach your ego from your language skills, you become free. You stop caring so much about being impressive, and you start caring about connecting. And paradoxically, when you stop trying so hard to impress, you will speak much better. You will be relaxed, and the words will flow. This journey out of the blank mind takes time. You will not be cured tomorrow. You will still have moments where you freeze. That is part of the process. Do not beat yourself up when it happens. Treat yourself like a child learning to ride a bicycle. If the child falls, you don't yell at them. You pick them up, you dust them off, and you say, "It's okay. Try again." Be that kind parent to yourself. Every time you speak, even if it is messy, it is a victory. Every time you open your mouth despite the fear, you are winning. So, here is my challenge to you today. Find one small opportunity to speak. It doesn't have to be a big conversation. Just say hello to someone. Ask a question even if you know the answer. Or just talk to yourself in the mirror for 5 minutes. If your mind goes blank, pause, breathe, smile, and say something simple. Prove to your brain that you are safe. You have so much to share with the world. Your voice is important. Do not let fear keep it locked inside. We are listening. We are waiting. You can do this. Keep breathing. Keep speaking. And remember, you are stronger than your fear. Welcome to the club. Let's find your voice together.